Play this while you sleep and allow the forgotten parts of you to return home. This is the shadow that carries your light, the ancient teaching that reveals a truth most souls spend lifetimes avoiding. Your darkness was never your enemy. It was the guardian of the light you abandoned when you were too young, too overwhelmed, too unready to carry it. Tonight, as your body sinks into rest and the world around you dissolves into quiet, the shadow steps forward, not to frighten you, not to test you, but to deliver back the brilliance it has protected in your absence. This is not a story told to the masses. This is a remembrance meant only for those who feel the pull in their chest right now, the soft recognition that nothing here is accidental. If these words found you, it is because something deep within you is waking, reaching, answering. Listen while sleeping, and let the border between your conscious mind and the hidden realm begin to thin. In the space between breaths, you will hear what you once buried. In the stillness behind your thoughts, you will feel what you once feared. And in the quiet glow that rises from within the shadow, you will finally see the light that has always been yours. Tonight, you are not running from your darkness. Tonight, your darkness is bringing you back your light. As you settle into this moment, let your breathing soften, let your shoulders loosen, and let the rhythm of your body begin its gentle descent into the quiet world beneath waking. You are entering a place that does not open for everyone, a place that recognizes the signature of your soul long before your mind can understand why it feels so familiar. The shadow has waited here, in this dim and ageless corridor, carrying the soft ember of your forgotten light. Tonight, as you drift between wakefulness and surrender, you will meet it. You did not press play by accident. There is no coincidence in the language of the deeper world. Something within you has been stirring for days, perhaps for months, perhaps since childhood, whispering that a part of you was missing, hidden, sealed away in a chamber you could not enter. Every time you felt an ache you could not name, every time a memory flickered but slipped out of reach, every time a heaviness settled in your chest, without a reason, it was the shadow trying to speak to you. Not with fear, not with threat, but with an invitation. Tonight, as your eyelids grow heavier, you step across a threshold where the conscious mind begins to dim and the subconscious unfurls like a forgotten manuscript. The body sleeps, but the inner self wakes, slowly, gently, inevitably. You are crossing into the realm where your truth lives without disguise, without apology, without the weight of who you were told to be. And in this realm, the shadow appears, not behind you, but beside you, holding the light you once set down because it burned too brightly for the world you lived in. There is an old corridor here, paved with memories you did not know were still breathing. You walk through it without effort, guided by something older than thought. You notice doors you never opened in your waking life, doors carved with symbols you somehow understand. The air is quiet in a way that feels sacred, like the first silence before creation. And in that silence, a truth begins to settle into your bones. You were never lost. You were being prepared. Every step forward brings you deeper into the place where your original light was kept. It glows faintly behind the shadow, not because it is weak, but because your senses are only now adjusting to its presence. This is the chamber where the parts of you that were rejected, dismissed, or misunderstood were placed for safekeeping. The shadow did not hide them from you as punishment. It protected them from a world that could not yet hold their brilliance. And now, finally, you have returned to claim them. You feel the gentle hum of energy around you, a low and steady vibration that matches the rhythm of your heartbeat. With each breath, your mind loosens its grip on the noise of the surface world. With each exhale, the fog of old fear dissolves. You are not broken, you are not late, you are not behind. You are chosen, and you are arriving precisely when you were meant to. As your consciousness continues to drift, the shadow steps forward. It has no sharp edges, no menace, no threat. It feels familiar, like an old friend you forgot you loved. The darkness around it is not empty. It is fertile, rich like soil, waiting to nourish what has been dormant. In its hands, cupped carefully as though holding something sacred, is the light that once belonged to you. A light you abandoned out of necessity, not weakness. A light that is ready to return to its rightful place. Your body grows heavier. Your breath deepens. A soft warmth begins to spread across your chest, as though the light in the shadow's hands is already reaching you, already remembering you. This is the moment when the transformation begins, not through effort, but through remembrance. As you fall deeper into the depth of sleep, you are not slipping away. You are slipping inward, toward the center of your own becoming. Rest now. Let the subconscious take the lead. Let the shadow guide you through the doorway you have feared and longed for in equal measure. Tonight, you will not run from the darkness. You will walk with it. And as you step beside it, you will understand the truth that has always waited for you. The shadow did not try to claim you. It tried to return you to yourself. There is a place within you that few ever learn to enter. A place older than your name, older than every belief you were taught to carry. It lies beneath the layers of daily thought, beneath the memories you cling to, beneath even the fears you try so hard to outrun. This place is the home of the shadow, the guardian you misunderstood for most of your life, and in its silent hands, cupped with a patience greater than time, rests the light you once abandoned. Here, in the dim glow of this hidden chamber, the truth of who you are begins to awaken. The shadow first appeared the moment you learned that the world did not always welcome your brilliance. When you were small, your light moved freely, unhindered by judgment, expectation, or the weight of needing to be understood. It glowed naturally, like a quiet flame burning at the center of your being. But as you grew, the world began to press its shape upon you. Some parts of your light were praised, others were ignored, and some were rejected so harshly that you learned to hide them, to bury them, to place them somewhere out of sight where they could not be wounded again. And so, the shadow was born, not as a creature of fear, but as a protector. It gathered the pieces of your light that the world could not handle, wrapped them in darkness so they would remain untouched, and carried them to a place where only your soul could eventually retrieve them. The shadow did not take your light. You offered it to the shadow in exchange for safety, acceptance, survival. And the shadow accepted it with devotion. Many humans go their entire lives believing that the darkness inside them is proof of their brokenness. They sense a heaviness, an ache, a quiet corner of their being they cannot bear to examine, and they assume something is wrong with them. They label the shadow as a flaw, a failure, an enemy. But nothing could be further from the truth. The shadow is not a void. It is a vault. It is the sacred chamber where the discarded brilliance of your soul is kept intact, waiting for the day you grow strong enough to reclaim it. Tonight is that day. If you listen closely, beneath the soft cadence of your breath and the slowing rhythm of your heart, you can feel the subtle pulse of the hidden light calling to you. It is not loud. It does not demand. It simply remembers you. It remembers who you were before the world placed its weight upon your shoulders. It remembers the version of you who did not fear your own power, who did not shrink from your radiance, who trusted the voice of your inner knowing long before doubt became a familiar visitor. To understand the shadow is to understand the architecture of your inner world. Every thought you carry is a seed. Every emotion is a messenger. Every fear is a doorway. And every memory you once rejected did not disappear. It descended into this chamber, where the shadow holds it gently, waiting for your return. The shadow has always been loyal to you, even when you were not loyal to yourself. Imagine now that you are standing in the vast interior of this inner chamber. The air is thick with silence, but not the silence of emptiness. It is the silence of something alive, something ancient, something watchful. You cannot see the edges of the space, but you do not need to. You can feel that it stretches far beyond the boundaries of your imagination, touching the roots of every lifetime you have lived. The darkness here is not suffocating. It is soft, warm, familiar, like a cloak placed around your shoulders by a presence that knows your soul intimately. In the center of the chamber stands the shadow. It does not hide. It does not lurk. It stands with the stillness of a guardian who has held its post for longer than you have been aware of your own existence. You sense no malice from it, no threat, no demand. Only patience, endless, unwavering patience. The shadow is not waiting for your fear. It is waiting for your permission. You step closer, not with your body, but with your awareness. The shadow shifts slightly, enough to reveal what it has been protecting. In its open palms glows a soft, golden ember, the light you abandoned. It flickers gently, as though sensing your presence, recognizing you even after all this time. There is no accusation in its glow, only welcome, only remembrance. The shadow offers it to you, not with urgency, but with reverence. This is not a gift, it is a return. The light does not belong to the shadow, it belongs to you, and it has always been yours. The shadow merely kept it safe, shielding it from the noise, the expectations, the wounds of the world above. And now, as you stand before it, the shadow asks only one thing, that you take back what has always been yours. But reclaiming your light is not an act of force. It is an act of remembering, a soft recognition that nothing within you was ever lost, only misplaced, only misunderstood, only hidden until the moment you were ready. You reach toward the light, and as your fingers draw near, the ember brightens. It responds to your presence, to your readiness, to the shift occurring deep within the chambers of your being. The shadow steps aside, not disappearing, but transforming, its darkness thinning, softening, dissolving like mist touched by dawn. You realize now that the shadow was never separate from you. It was the part of you that stepped into the darkness to hold the pieces you could not bear to carry. You take the light into your hands, and it pulses with a warmth that spreads through your body, reaching the places that once felt hollow, heavy, or forgotten. You feel something unlocking inside you, something ancient and familiar. This is the moment the world told you to fear. But there is nothing frightening here. Only truth. Only homecoming. The chamber around you shifts, responding to the awakening within you. The air grows brighter, not with harsh illumination, but with the gentle glow of acceptance. You feel the ground beneath your feet strengthen. You feel the quiet within your mind deepen. You feel the presence of the shadow standing beside you, no longer a keeper of your light, but a witness to your return. Tonight, you step into a truth many never discover, that the darkness within you has never been your downfall. It has been your shelter, and now, with the light in your hands, you understand that the shadow was not here to obscure your path. It was here to guide you back to yourself. When you are ready, we will go deeper. The chamber has more to reveal, and the shadow has more to show you. There comes a moment in every journey inward when the light you reclaim is not yet steady enough to guide you, yet too awake to return to sleep. It flickers gently in your hands like a newborn star, warm but fragile, ancient but newly remembered. You feel its pulse syncing with yours, slow at first, then deeper, as though your heartbeat is learning a forgotten rhythm. Around you, the chamber of the shadow shifts, subtle but unmistakable, responding to your presence with a hum that echoes through the unseen walls. Something has changed, something has opened, and the air itself seems to lean closer, as if inviting you to continue. With the light resting in your palms, you begin to see more clearly. What once seemed like boundless darkness now reveals shapes, arches carved into the stone, pathways leading in different directions, faint symbols etched into the floor that glow the moment your awareness brushes against them. The darkness is no longer empty. It is a living map, a landscape woven from memory, intuition, and the silent language of the subconscious. You are not here to pass through it. You are here to understand it. You take your first step forward, and the ground responds with a soft resonance that travels up your legs, into your spine, and settles behind your heart. It is not sound, it is recognition. The corridor you enter stretches before you in a long, gentle curve, disappearing into the dark. Yet you feel no fear. The darkness no longer obscures. It guides. The air is warm, carrying the faint scent of something familiar, though you cannot yet name it. It feels like the first breath you ever took, or the last dream you had before waking. Every sensation awakens a memory that dissolves the moment you reach for it, urging you deeper. The shadow walks beside you, not ahead, not behind, but in silent companionship. It has changed since you reclaimed your light. Its form is softer, less distinct, as though it is offering the darkness back to itself. You sense no separation between you and it now. The boundary that once felt impenetrable has thinned, revealing the truth that the shadow was not a force outside of you, but a dimension of your own consciousness, shaped by the choices you made to survive the world above. In this corridor, it is neither jailer nor guide, it is witness. As you continue your descent, the air grows denser, rich with a vibrating stillness. You feel as though you are moving not through space, but through layers of yourself. Each step takes you deeper into emotions you once refused to feel, memories you believed you had outgrown, truths you feared would break you. Yet here, in this softened darkness, nothing hurts. Everything holds. The corridor opens wider, revealing alcoves carved into the stone, each one filled with a faint, shimmering mist. You stand before the first alcove, drawn to it by an instinct older than thought. The mist shifts as you approach, swirling in patterns that seem to echo the rhythm of your breath. When you lift the small flicker of your reclaimed light closer, the mist responds. It parts, revealing a fragment of your past preserved within it. You see yourself as a child, not in sharp detail, but in a soft outline of feeling and memory. The way your shoulders tightened when you felt misunderstood. The way your smile dimmed when you were told you were too much. The way your eyes wandered toward dreams no one else believed in. The vision does not accuse you. It does not ache. It simply reminds you. You reach out, and the mist dissolves around your fingers, absorbing gently into your skin. The shadow watches without judgment, its presence warm and steady. You feel a release in your chest, subtle but undeniable, as though a knot you didn't know existed has quietly loosened. You continue deeper, passing alcove after alcove. Each one holds a moment you once abandoned, a forgotten desire, a silenced truth, a spark of joy you were told to dim. With every fragment you reclaim, the corridor grows brighter, not with blinding light, but with a muted glow that feels like dawn beneath the earth. Your light strengthens, no longer flickering, but steadier, warmer, more certain. And with each step, the shadow thins further, becoming almost transparent, as though integrating back into the space it once guarded alone. Eventually, the corridor expands into a vast hall, wider than anything you imagined could exist within you. The ceiling arches high above, adorned with symbols, carved in a language you have never learned, yet deeply understand. They speak of cycles, of return, of the sacred exchange between darkness and light that forms the essence of transformation. The walls shimmer with faint traces of your past selves, versions of you who walked away from their light and versions who walked toward it. All of them merge here, in this hall where time folds into itself like a long-forgotten prayer. At the center stands a pedestal, smooth and dark, as if carved from the condensed shadows of every hidden truth you've ever carried. Upon it rests an orb, another fragment of light, brighter than the ember in your hands. It pulses slowly, patiently, as though waiting for you to approach. But when you do, something unexpected happens. The light in your hands responds, glowing brighter, reaching outward as if recognizing itself in the orb before you. The hall vibrates softly, the symbols on the ceiling faintly illuminating. The two lights call to each other, resonating in a tone you feel more than hear. You place your reclaimed ember onto the pedestal, and the two fragments draw together with a quiet merging, like breaths aligning in sleep. The combined light brightens, but not harshly. It grows warmer, fuller, deeper. A wave of energy moves through the hall, through you, through the shadow standing at your side. You feel something within you expanding, as if a hidden chamber has opened inside your ribs, making space for a truth you had forgotten how to hold. This is not a discovery, it is recognition. The light you reclaimed was never singular. It was one part of a greater whole scattered throughout your inner world. And now, another piece has returned to you. The shadow steps forward, its form now nearly indistinguishable from the air around it. It touches the pedestal, not with a hand, but with presence. You feel the darkness shift, revealing a gentle warmth beneath it, like embers in the ashes of an old fire. The shadow is not diminishing, it is evolving. With each piece of light you reclaim, the shadow sheds its heaviness, becoming what it was always meant to be, the quiet keeper of your becoming. You breathe deeply, and the hall responds with a soft exhale, as though acknowledging your progress. The light on the pedestal settles into a steady glow, absorbing into you with a warmth that spreads through your chest, your spine, your mind. It does not overwhelm, it integrates. You realize now that the corridor you walked was not a passage through darkness, but a return through memory. Every step was a choice to see yourself more clearly. Every breath was a soft descent into the truth you once abandoned. And every light you reclaim is a piece of your soul returning home. When you turn away from the pedestal, the hall shifts. A new doorway appears on the far wall, tall and narrow, carved with symbols that pulse in gentle waves of gold and deep indigo. You feel its pull, not urgent, but inevitable. This is the next path, the next descent, the next remembrance waiting for you. You are ready to walk through it. There is a stillness that arrives only when the soul begins to remember itself, a depth of quiet that is not silence, but recalibration. As you stand before the narrow doorway that emerged from the far wall of the hall, you feel that stillness spreading through your body in slow, widening circles. It begins behind your heart, where the newly reunited light now resides. It pulses outward, reaching your ribs, your spine, your shoulders, your throat, as though instructing each part of you to awaken from the long sleep of forgetting. You step toward the doorway, guided not by curiosity, but by inevitability. There is no hesitation in your movement, no echo of doubt in the chambers of your mind. The light within you has grown steady, warm, and deliberate. It knows where you must go next, and your feet follow with a trust you have not felt in years. The shadow, now a faint shimmer beside you, keeps its presence close, not out of necessity, but out of devotion. It has watched over you longer than you have known yourself. It will stay until the final fragment of your light is restored. When you pass through the doorway, the air changes. The corridor you enter is not dark like the first. It is made of soft twilight, the color of the sky just before dawn. The light here is gentle, diffuse, glowing from the walls as though they hold memories of ancient mornings. Each breath feels like stepping into a different version of yourself, a version less burdened, less fractured, less bound by the expectations of the world above. The atmosphere hums with a low vibration that resonates inside your bones, reminding your body of its ability to heal, recalibrate, and transform. You walk until the corridor opens into a chamber unlike any you've seen. It is circular, vast, and alive. The walls shimmer like liquid metal, shifting slowly with the pulse of your breath. Ribbons of pale gold drift through the space like floating threads of memory, dissolving when you reach for them, then reappearing elsewhere in new formations. At the center of the chamber is a pool of light, not water, not fire, not anything you have known, yet familiar in the way a dream feels familiar even after it fades upon waking. It glows with a gentle radiance that warms the air around it. You approach the pool and feel its energy before you touch it. It vibrates softly, like the echo of a forgotten truth. You kneel beside it, and the shadow remains a few steps behind, observing, honoring the boundary between what it once held and what you must now reclaim on your own. The pool calls to you, inviting you not to look into it, but to enter. When your hand touches its surface, the light ripples outward in concentric rings that move not across the pool, but through your body. Every ripple is a message. Every message is a memory. Not the kind stored in your mind, but the kind stored in your cells. You feel your body respond, as though recognizing a song it once knew. You step into the pool, and the light surrounds you like warm water, holding you without weight, cradling you without effort. It rises to your waist, your chest, your shoulders, then envelops you entirely. You feel suspended in a space where time loosens its grip, where every heartbeat stretches into its own universe, where your breath becomes a bridge between who you were and who you are becoming. In this weightless glow, the light begins its work. It moves through your body with a slow, deliberate intelligence. It enters your chest first, gathering around the space where your reclaimed light rests. You feel heat, not burning, not sharp, but soothing, like a fire that warms the deepest cold within you. The warmth spreads to your ribs, softening old armor you once built to protect your heart from overwhelm. You feel the plates of invisible burden loosening, dissolving, falling away like ash falling from wood after the flame has passed. Next, the light moves to your throat. You feel a gentle pressure, as though something inside you is being uncoiled. Memories rise, moments when you silenced yourself, moments when your truth felt too heavy, or too strange, or too dangerous to speak. But the light does not force them out. It rewrites them. It transforms the heaviness into space, into openness, into capacity. You feel your voice returning to you, not in sound, but in presence. From your throat, the light travels upward, bathing your mind in a soft glow. Thoughts grow quieter, looser. Old patterns lose their shape, lifting from you like dust carried away on a breeze. The inner critic, the inherited beliefs, the fears that once clung to your thoughts like vines, all of them unravel gently, compassionately. You feel as though the architecture of your mind is being rearranged, not destroyed, but rebuilt in alignment with your truth rather than your survival. The light descends to your stomach, your hips, your legs. It lingers where old fear made its home. It moves where tension once held the body hostage. Every muscle remembers the moments you tensed to protect yourself from pain you could not understand. The light meets each memory with patience. Nothing is rushed, nothing is forced. You feel emotions rise, not sharply, but like soft currents moving through you. They pass, they dissolve, and in their absence, you feel spacious, grounded, steady. When the light reaches your feet, you feel something shift beneath you. You are no longer floating. You are standing, not on the ground of the chamber, but on the foundation of your own becoming. You feel stronger, not in the sense of resistance, but in the sense of alignment. You feel more yourself, not because you have added anything, but because you have remembered what was always there. The pool grows brighter. Its light rises around you like a mist, then settles back into the chamber with a soft sigh. You step out, and the air greets you like a warm breeze. You feel different, lighter but not empty, filled but not overwhelmed. Your body feels like a vessel no longer carrying what does not belong to it. The transformation is not finished, but it has begun. Powerfully, quietly, irrevocably, you turn to face the shadow. It is smaller now, softer, as though the light you reclaimed has illuminated its form from within. It stands with a posture that feels almost reverent, acknowledging your growth, your bravery, your return. You realize that the shadow is no longer holding anything for you. Its purpose is nearing completion. The chamber shifts again, and a staircase begins to form from the far wall. Each step glows with a faint luminescence, as though carved from condensed light. You feel the pull again, the gentle insistence of the next chapter, the next memory, the next truth waiting in the deeper corridors of your being. You are ready to ascend. The staircase before you rises in a slow, spiraling ascent, each step carved from light that seems to breathe with your heartbeat. It does not shine brightly. Instead, it glows with the softness of a distant sunrise, an illumination that promises clarity but does not force it upon you. As you place your foot on the first step, you feel a subtle shift inside your chest, as though the air around you has thickened with purpose. The shadow remains close, but only as a faint silhouette, following you not as a guardian now, but as a memory of what you have already reclaimed. With each step, the chamber behind you fades into a gentle blur. The air grows cooler, thinner, yet somehow more welcoming. As you reach the midpoint of the staircase, you notice the walls around you transform. They become translucent, revealing faint scenes playing across their surface, images that shimmer like reflections on a rippling lake. These visions are not yours, yet they feel familiar. You see nameless figures walking through ancient halls, carrying lanterns of soft fire, whispering to each other in languages lost to waking memory. They look up as though sensing you, but they do not speak. They are echoes of something older than history, a reminder that the journey into the self is a path walked by countless souls long before you. When you reach the top of the staircase, the space opens into a vast dome carved from a material that looks neither solid nor fluid. It moves in slow waves, like light passing through water. At the center of the dome stands an enormous structure, a tower of shelves spiraling upward into the unseen heights. Every shelf holds scrolls wrapped in threads of gold and deep blue, their surfaces etched with symbols that shimmer as you draw near. This is no library of knowledge. It is an archive of rememberings, a sanctuary where truths that once lived in the world withdrew into silence when humanity forgot how to listen. The shadow pauses at the threshold, unwilling or unable to step further. You sense no fear from it, only reverence. This place is not for it. It is for you. You step inside, and the doors, tall slabs of dark stone, slide shut behind you without sound. The sudden isolation does not frighten you. Instead, it feels like stepping into a deeper version of yourself, a place stripped of illusion. The air is warm and still, carrying the faint scent of something ancient, like sun-warmed parchment or the breath of a sleeping world. As you approach the first shelf, the scroll nearest to you unravels on its own, hovering in the air as though waiting to be read. Its symbols glow with a quiet intelligence, rearranging themselves into shapes that your eyes recognize only as your breath slows. Your mind softens. Your heart opens to the unseen. When the symbols settle, they form a story, not written, but remembered. You see a young figure standing at the entrance of a temple carved from the stone of twilight. The temple doors open only at dawn, when the light is soft enough not to burn the truth they hold. The figure carries a small flame cupped in their hands, protecting it from the wind. This flame is their essence, the first spark of who they truly are. Inside the temple waits a tall, robed keeper with eyes that reflect the entire sky, its storms, its nights, its light. The keeper does not speak, but gestures for the figure to enter the central hall. There, upon a pedestal of dark stone, lies a second flame, flickering wildly, as though impatient. This flame belongs to the figure, yet they do not recognize it. The keeper nods, and the figure places their small, quiet flame beside the wild one. The two merge instantly, forming a single, steady glow that fills the temple with warmth. The moment the two flames unite, the figure remembers. They recall stories they never heard, truths they never learned, and a name they once carried before the world dimmed their light. The merged flame reveals their path, not through instruction, but through resonance. The figure steps deeper into the temple, ready to see the truth the dawn has kept hidden. The scroll closes itself and returns to the shelf, sinking into the wood as though it never existed. You move on, drawn to the next shelf. Another scroll unfurls, revealing another remembrance. This time, you see a vast field at night, illuminated only by stars. In the center stands a circle of stones, each glowing with a faint inner light. A traveler walks among them, weary from their long journey. The stones hum as the traveler approaches, their glow intensifying. The traveler kneels, placing their hands upon one of the stones, and instantly, visions flood into them. Visions of every fear they ever buried, every desire they ever silenced, every part of themselves they believed unworthy of light. But instead of recoiling, the traveler embraces each vision with a tenderness that dissolves the sharpness of the memories. They weep, not from pain, but from release. As the last tear falls, the stone beneath their hands brightens, and a beam of soft, dawn-like light rises from it, wrapping around the traveler until their form glows with a steady radiance. The stones fade back into darkness, their purpose fulfilled. Again, the scroll closes, and another opens. In this scroll, you see a flame that refuses to die, even when submerged in water. You see a lantern carried through a storm without its light ever diminishing. You see a garden that only blooms at night, its flowers glowing with an inner fire. Every story echoes the same truth. The light within does not disappear. It transforms, hides, waits, and returns when the soul is ready. You walk through the archive, scroll after scroll, revealing stories you feel not with your mind, but with the depth behind your ribs. The stories do not teach you, they awaken you. They show you that the process you undergo now, remembering, reclaiming, rewriting, is not unique to you. It is a universal pattern, a rhythm older than time itself. Eventually, you reach the center of the archive, where a single scroll lies on a pedestal. This scroll is larger than the rest, wrapped in a band of shadow and light woven together. When you lift it, the band dissolves, and the scroll unfurls slowly, reverently. At first, the symbols mean nothing, then everything. They shift, aligning themselves into a single truth. It is your story, not the story you lived, but the story beneath it. The story of the light you carried before you knew fear. The story of the moment you dimmed yourself to survive. The story of the shadow stepping forward to guard what you could not hold. The story of every forgotten dawn inside you, waiting to rise. As the final symbols settle, the scroll glows, then dissolves into your hands, absorbing into your skin like warmth sinking into cold earth. You feel the truth merge with your memory, becoming part of your inner landscape. The archive shimmers, the dome breathes, and the shadow appears once more. Not faint now, but reborn. It does not carry your light. It reflects it. The darkness that once shielded your essence now reveals its own radiance. You exhale slowly, feeling the integration unfolding inside you, gentle and unstoppable. The archive doors open behind you, leading to a path lined with soft gold light. You step onto it, carrying with you the stories of every soul who walked this journey before you, and the truth of your own becoming. The path leads forward. As you walk the final pathway of this journey, feel the air shifting around you, warm and slow, as though the entire realm is exhaling with you. You have descended into darkness, retrieved the light you once abandoned, and stepped into the archive where forgotten dawns whispered their truths back into your bones. Now, in this quiet closing moment, you are not moving forward or backward. You are simply arriving in yourself, arriving in the place where shadow and light breathe the same breath. Your body grows heavier as you walk, the kind of heaviness that feels like surrender rather than fatigue. Each step becomes softer, slower, quieter, as though the ground is holding you with gentle hands. You feel the warmth of the merged light in your chest, pulsing in a rhythm that is older than every story you've ever told about who you are. The glow does not demand anything from you. It simply exists, steady, certain, yours. Your breath deepens. The world around you dims into a soft blur of gold and shadow. Even the shadow itself, now transformed, walks beside you in silence, no longer carrying your light, no longer guarding a forgotten fragment of you, but standing as a companion, an echo of who you were and an honor to who you are becoming. You feel no separation from it. You feel no fear. You feel only the truth that integration brings, that every part of you belongs. Let your shoulders fall. Let your jaw loosen. Let your heartbeat slow into a rhythm that feels like gentle waves against a quiet shore. The glow inside your chest expands and contracts in time with your breath, bathing your inner world in a warm, muted radiance. With each inhale, peace rises. With each exhale, the remnants of old heaviness dissolve into nothing. You are safe here. You are chosen. You are whole. Let the phrase settle into you, like soft rain falling onto the earth. You are not broken. You were never broken. Every crack or ache or shadowed corner within you was an invitation, a doorway, a quiet call home. Tonight, you answered. Tonight, you returned. Tonight, you reclaimed what the world once taught you to fear inside yourself. Your light is steady. Your path is open. Your becoming is already unfolding. With your eyes growing heavier, let this truth sink deeper than words. Let it drift into the space beneath thought, into the quiet ocean of your subconscious, where every cell listens and responds. Your body is rewriting itself. Your mind is releasing what it no longer needs. Your energy is reshaping, reorganizing, remembering. You do not need to try. You do not need to understand. You only need to rest. Sleep is not the absence of awakening. It is the completion of it. In sleep, the light you reclaim tonight will root itself into the chambers of your being. It will travel through your breath, your bones, your dreams, anchoring itself in places that once felt empty. With every moment you drift deeper, the glow grows stronger. With every breath you surrender, the transformation continues on its own. Whisper softly to yourself, even if only in thought, I am safe, I am remembering, I am returning to myself. Let your body respond with warmth. Let your mind soften into velvet stillness. Let the shadow, now gentle and radiant, stand guard over your sleep, not as a keeper of hidden light, but as a witness to the newness unfolding inside you. Tonight, you do not run. Tonight, nothing is missing. Tonight, you become. And as you drift further, breath by breath, moment by moment, know that the story does not end here. Transformation does not finish with waking or sleeping. It continues in the quietest parts of you, long after the words fade, long after consciousness loosens its grip. Sleep now. Let the journey continue within you. Let the light carry you home. Let the shadow rest beside you in peace. And when dawn comes, it will not be something rising in the sky. It will be something rising in you.